Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. So in this video, it's going to be a pretty peppy video. We're going to be taking on the Peppy Girls stage, or the Peppy Gals stage of DBZ Dokkan Battle Road. This is a pretty easy stage. At the time when they made this, there weren't a lot of good Peppy Gals units, so it was kind of made for, I don't want to say bad units, but it was kind of made for units that weren't at the same standard of other units in the game. But since then, we've gotten quite a few good free-to-play options. We've gotten quite a few good EZAs, so much to the point that I could run a free-to-play lead for this team. I could run a free-to-play like literally not even a decent friend lead, literally the stock standard friend lead, and the entire team itself is free to play as well. So if you have any summonable Peppy Girls units, especially if you have one of the leads, you're gonna completely ace this stage. But yeah, so basically the whole strategy here is to have the Kukunsa and Rosie on one rotation. You guys would have seen that from my my all super video, my all super class SBR video. But you're gonna have the Kukunsa and Rosie on one rotation, and in the second rotation we're gonna try out the Caulifla and the Kale. They don't perform as well as I'd like. Obviously, they're on a very low lead, and their links aren't leveled at all or anything. But you know, comparatively to the Rosie and the Kukunsa, they definitely don't perform nearly as well, especially considering the orbs that I put in to try and display them in this video. Yeah, they didn't perform as well as I would have liked. But yeah, overall the team did fairly well. We didn't have too many problems. This Caulifla did okay. She has a decent chance to crit, and she also has her evasion, which is quite helpful. We then had this Great Saiyaman 2 unit, which also did a fair amount of decent work, managing to just kind of not stun the enemy, but lower their attack and just kind of keep them in control. And then obviously we had the Ribrianne dealing out some decent damage. The one problem with the team that you can have is the friend Ribrianne. So if you don't get a summonable LR as a friend, you're probably going to struggle a tiny bit with that friend Ribrianne. She's definitely the weakest link on the team by far, unless you don't invest some orbs in the universe of our Saga girls. But yeah, overall, considering the entire team is free to play, and considering that not only is the entire team free to play, but basically Ribrianne, the lead, the friend lead, is pretty muck, pretty useless. I would say that it was a fairly smooth and easy run. I don't think there was anything too difficult with the run. I don't think we had too many problems or challenges. It went by quite quickly, so even though the damage numbers looked a little bit low, they weren't entirely that low. So yeah, pretty smooth. I rate this one quite highly. I quite enjoyed it. It was really good. And yeah, you just basically carry on along this line. You're going to want to stop the Vegeta from attacking a lot, because he tends to do quite a bit of damage. But beyond that, everything else is perfectly fine. I don't really foresee having any problems here, at least from my side. In terms of units you could obviously use any of the summonable units. So like I say, you could use Launch, you could use Ribrianne, you could use Ribrianne, you could use Launch, you could use Chi-Chi, you could use Bulla, you can use Videl. Videl's a good one. You can use pretty much any Android 18. They're all pretty decent. there's some decent bombers. There's the free-to-play int bomber. There's a free-to-play tech bomber. Both are pretty good. Both come with their own orbs as well. There's no like summonable bomber yet, or at least one that I know of that's explicitly good. But the main ones would probably be Ribrianne Launch, Chi-Chi, definitely. And obviously you could dip more into, I mean there are Peppy girls, but you could dip more into the Universal Survival Saga with taking units like Kefla or Caulifla, you know, anyone, the Strength one, the Tech one, the Int one, they'll all completely rock this stage. You could take a whole team of Universe 6 with Kefla and the Alar, Caulifla and Kale. So yeah, you could definitely take a whole array of summonable cards. That would definitely make this even faster and smoother. But it's not entirely necessary. The stage is, as you can see, pretty doable. Maybe for Extreme, the Extreme SBR Peppy girls, you might want to take those. But yeah, overall, there's some definitely decent options that you can run, but I don't think that they're necessary or mandatory to getting, you know, things done and getting the stage completed. You can do a full free-to-play run, and so you should. But yeah, basically we're not going to be able to avoid getting the Dokkan attack here, and we do have to use a couple items. We are, you know, using some items. That tends to happen when you're running these full free-to-play teams. I've been doing a lot of full free-to-play teams for these SBR runs, and they've been going okay, but you tend to use up quite a bit of items because they can't tank like some of these summonable cards, at least for when, you know, the stop gaps that you're using. But I've been impressed. It's been interesting to see some of the units that I haven't used, and just using them and seeing how they perform. Some of them have been performing really admirably, some have been doing really well, some have been surprising, so it's been good. It's been a lot of good fun to see how they've been performing. This Caulifla is not too bad actually. She can do a decent amount of damage for the Peppy Girls team, considering, you know, where it's at and what it does. So yeah, it's pretty impressive overall. And Strength Ribrianne is kind of the hard carry in terms of damage, but that's to be expected. If we could keep her on main rotation, we probably should, but I'm trying out the Caulifla and the Kale. If you're running this and you're trying to get your first time victory, it's probably best to actually just keep the Ribrianne on the second main rotation, especially if you manage to find a friend Ribrianne. It's probably for the best, because then you'll be able to pair her with the Strength Ribrianne and your one rotation will be all good, peachy key, as good as, well, my Superclass one, where I managed to pair them up, and yeah, we beat Superclass with it. So definitely a good team, very impressive, and I quite liked it. Rosie does pretty well. I mean, between Rosie and Kukunsa as well, you got the sealing, you got the stunning, you got quite a lot going on. I think hopefully that Caulifla and Kale will get easy A's eventually. They've only been awakened so far, so I think them getting an easy A really wouldn't be too bad. Like, it would help out the side quite a bit. And then yeah, we actually managed to withhold our Dokkan attack, so that was pretty good going. Obviously we're going to use it now to do as much damage as possible, and we even managed to get the Ribrianne in the rotation. So Ribrianne's going to go up front to maximize our damage. Oh no, wait. Oh yes, it's next turn. Oh wow, we even get to hold the attack till next turn. So yeah, we really did well here in terms of our timings. I think my second run of the day, I did try something in the first run but it didn't work. So we had to skip that and come back. It was a very, very short-lived run, but yeah. I tried with, I tried with Tech Bomber, and basically Tech Bomber just caught 1 or 2 supers without her 50% damage reduction, and we were very far behind at that stage. and the strength Ribrianne took too much chip damage. It's also how I learned how to use the items, because yeah, that's how things went pear-shaped there. But yeah, so we're gonna get the Dokkan attack here with Ribrianne, which I'm going to royally screw up. And then after that, she's going to take out not all of their team, but at least some of their team. So we'll be able to control the fight as well. So like Kakunsa and Rosie allow you to control the fight, because Kakunsa with her chance to stun and Rosie with her ceiling help you to keep a lot of these units in check, and just help you kind of control who you want to take type of disadvantage on, who you kind of want to lock down. So whose damage are you looking to mitigate? I really screw up this Dokkan attack. Don't worry about it. It does happen from time to time. So yeah, I mean, this Dokkan attack obviously takes out my man Oolong, but yeah, we'll see. I think it also takes out Roshi pretty much. Yeah, basically. So we'll take out Roshi here, and then we'll have the Kakunsa and Ko dish out some decent damage. So there's Roshi gone, and then we'll have Kakunsa attack the Yamcha, and then we'll probably end up with the next turn. But yeah, so that's pretty much the run. There's nothing much more to say about it. Like I mentioned, all the summonable units you can use. I don't think it's necessary to link level for the normal stage. If you're going to be using some of these units for the extreme stage, you definitely should link level them. But beyond that, I think everything's fine. And yeah, good luck guys. I hope you have a lot of good luck with the run. And if you enjoyed this video, or if you enjoyed the team build, or if you just like the Peppy girls, hit a like, and I'll check you guys in the next video. But until then, I'll see you guys, and take care, and bye.